This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, great. So we've looked at some of the questions we all had. Anybody has any other question before I move forward?
Srinu Krishna here.
Yeah.
We see we have some groups also been created.
Mm,
So for example, if we want to see the definition of that particular group which is already created for an existing project like this,
mm,
uh, I see the groups are again collection of some other groups. So how can
mm.
we know like on which columns or on which dimensions these groups were particularly created? When we edit that view, we can see, I mean, when we edit that group, we are able to see those groups were a combination of some other groups, but
Correct, correct.
we are not able to see the original groups which were listed in that list of combination of views.
Yeah, yeah. So where did you come across that group? Because today we will be seeing what is that group. I haven't touched that group topic. So where did you see that while working on the project?
Can you scroll down a bit? There is a group symbol which I have
This
seen.
one, right? This one, the spin
Yeah,
icon.
no, not a bin item. The group symbol is different, right? It will be something like one small circle and one big circle being intersected. Um,
This one you're saying sets?
no, sets are different. I know that, but I have actually Googled it and I've gone through the groups because I have identified in this one or in the other project I have seen. Maybe I'll let you know, but I just
Okay.
wanted to check with you how to know the definition of a group which is already existing. Means like if we create the group ourselves, then we'll have an idea of based on what we have created.
Correct, correct, correct. So actually, there is a topic of group. So today, I'm supposed to walk through how do we create the group. Maybe when I go through that, just let me know if you were looking for that only or not. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Hello, sir. One more question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if I see the data source name in this page, it is written that sample superstore. So
Hmm.
this data is extracted from that sample superstore data, and then did some modification to get the exact data like what we are seeing now, or it is something else. Let us say.
No, the same sample superstore. So you're saying this extract, what is this?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we will talk on that topic. So there are two connections which we can make. Those two connections you are not seeing when you're using the Tableau public. So after doing these things, there is one topic which we will be coming where every dashboard can have two connections, live or an extract. So those options we will see here. Okay, so since in Tableau Public we will not have those two options, I did not talk about it when we will be installing the Tableau desktop, which is a trial
Okay.
version. Like for 2 weeks we can use it. So at
Yeah.
that time, I'll be walking through. Okay, what are these extract and what is the live connection? We will talk
Okay,
about that.
so there will be some additional features in that Tableau desktop.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
And
okay, thank
whatever we are doing so far, we are, you can imagine, this entire thing as a Tableau desktop only, but Tableau desktop requires license. Now, why do we need to purchase license? So what we are doing, we are learning everything in Tableau public. Nothing will change, interface, everything will be same. But if they provide all the options in Tableau public, who will purchase the license, right?
you.
Now,
Yes, right.
how do we learn those topics which are not in Tableau public? What is the trick we are following? After we do learn all these things, for those missing topics in Tableau public, we will go and download Tableau desktop professional. When you do that, it will be 14 days trial version. So after you do that, you will see how we are having Tableau public 2018.2. You would have Tableau 2018.2. There is no public. So we will download that and work on those options, because in Tableau Public we don't have the server option also, because all this development we are doing, we will go and put it onto the server, right? If you remember, there were two products, Tableau Desktop and Tableau Server. So far we are in the Tableau Desktop only. Okay, once we're done with it, we will go for the Tableau Server. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Ramesh,
Okay, so yesterday we
hello.
looked at, yeah, anybody has any question?
So
Your
in
voice is low, Ramesh.
Tableau Public,
Your voice is very low. We
in
could
Tableau
hardly
Public,
hear you. Better now, yeah.
when any dashboard, when we are saving, we have to enter the credentials, right? In Tableau
Hmm.
Public.
Hmm.
So whether the same kind of credentials to be entered when we are saving the data in Tableau Desktop also?
You mean the dashboard saving? How you're going and
Right.
saving a dashboard? No. So
Right.
when you use Tableau Desktop, it will directly give you option to save it in your desktop also. But here we are saving to Tableau Public, so no need to give the credentials over there.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So over there, when you go and file and save it, it will ask you whether you want to save it to D drive or E drive and so on. Since it's Tableau Public, they say that okay, you have to save everything to Tableau Public only.
Right. Okay.
It's simple over there. Yeah, you don't have to put it in Tableau Public. And in companies, this Tableau Public is strictly no. Okay, because what happens is when you put the stuff in Tableau Public, it is open to everyone, right? Public, it is a risk to the companies. So generally, they don't allow to put the things in Tableau Public because it should be within the company, not exposed outside.
Then in companies, we need to save it in matlab, in D drive or what? Or
Yeah,
server.
in your desktops also you can save it, or else you can save it to the server also. So if you go there, save your dashboard to Tableau server. So two options you will find it.
So in the Tableau Desktop.
Desktop, yeah. Directly you
Right.
can save it to your D drive or E drive, or second is you can directly save it to the Tableau server also.
That
And the
feature is
Tableau
not
server,
available in the,
mhm.
hello. So that
Yeah,
feature is not available in the public, right?
yeah, not there, not there. Mm.
Right. Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, tell me again concept of means difference between filter and accents.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So let me talk about that actions today again. So we looked at yesterday. Um, okay. First of all, let's go step by step. Okay. I will answer that question, Paramesh. Yeah. So let's do some hands-on. So what you all do is open the US Superstore, which is already there in my projects, and come to this sheet. Everyone, come to this sheet. Okay. Now let me remove these I showed yesterday. Okay. Now we looked at actions. Actions basically allows us to do the drill down. As I said, all these charts we are seeing at the aggregated level, right? So if I want to know, okay, technology, under technology, computers has this much of discount, but is it of which supplier? Is it the supplier of Sony or Horn or Canon? We don't know. This is at the aggregate level. Sometimes the requirement comes where we want to give the drill down. That means when we select specific thing on the chart, all these different views needs to be filtered basis on these selection. That is the concept of actions. So in the interview, if they ask, okay, what are actions? Actions are meant to provide the drill down on the dashboard. So to dig deep into the dashboard. Now, how do we do that? So before working on, drill downs those actions, you need to be very clear from where, when you click on where you want that action needs to be performed. Let's say if I click on this, the action needs to be performed. If I click on this table, the action needs to perform. Now I decided that my drill down should work from this table. I decided that. Okay. And it's obviously on the requirement. You will, take a call because they wanted to drill down by supplier. Then you thought, okay, it's good to have the action on this. Now there are two different ways of doing it. The first option is very simple for very simple requirements. I'll click on this arrow and say use as filter. I repeat, I'll click on this table, I'll go to this arrow and say use as filter. Now let me go to this presentation mode. I hope everyone got comfortable with presentation mode. So this is to see how the users will be looking. Users view. How do we come out of it? Press escape. Now let's look at this, okay? And let's look at these numbers here. If I select Sony, you see all these charts except this table, everything on this dashboard are getting filtered by for that supplier. If I go and select another, it is getting filtered by the other. Let's say, the client wants to look at Canon plus Sony. How is the data? I can select multiple also by pressing Control key from the keyboard. Now,
Sir,
this is,
sorry to interrupt. How to come to user view? Please tell.
yeah, you will see presentation mode F7. You see at the top there is a presentation mode. Click on that.
Okay.
And how do we come out of it? Press escape from the keyboard. Okay, so can you all do this before I show the next step and I'll answer Paramesh's question also. Okay, once you people do this actually how it works. Can you all do this stuff? So go to the US Superstore dashboard, which is already there in the Google Drive. Okay, download this, open in the Tableau public, come to this US Superstore dashboard. You will see all these things. Now try to do this as a use as filter and play with while selecting some rows, and let me know once you're done. Let me give couple of minutes.
Sir, and I have another quick question, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, yesterday you gave one project to my resume. That's no.
Yeah,
1 second, sir. I will show.
When we use select use as a filter, what changes would happen?
yeah, what are happening, like we can see that when you select particular supplier, so this is the data of Sony, right? When you select that row, all other charts are getting filtered for Sony supplier. So now you can say that, okay, computer peripherals, the 0.86, this data belongs to this Sony supplier.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, so Paramish, on that my resume, we will come to that once we finish this, huh? Okay? Otherwise, everyone would get confused. Let's do
Okay.
this first, then I'll take questions.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. This is
Yeah.
Atri.
Mhm.
In this case, we have to click on the particular supplier, and if we want to hover around the table, and will it be shown? The changes will be shown in other uh,
Mm.
sheet.
Right, right. When you take the mouse, hover means when you take the mouse, you want something to
Exactly.
happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
We
don't
will,
need
we
to
have
click on that.
correct, correct. Yeah, we have those options. We will see that.
Okay, thank you.
So as I said, there are two methods, right? This is the first method. In the second method, we have that. I'll show that. We haven't looked at that yet. Okay, I hope everyone is done. Now let me go and remove this. Okay, let me go and remove this. If you click on anything, nothing is changing. I removed that. Okay, that was the first method. But sometimes the requirement comes if you click on this, only this chart should get filtered out. If you click on this, only this chart should get filtered out. If you click on this chart should get filtered out. If you click on any of the state, only this chart should get filtered out. You want to do that customization. Same concept. It's a drill down only, but you want more control on this to this, on this to this, and so on. Now, in Tableau, there is a concept of actions. I'll go to dashboard. I will say actions. Now, see what is happening. It's empty here. I would say add action and then select filter. You will see this. You will see this. Now, you can give any name to that action. Let's say, this I know that in my dashboard, this is a table. So I would say, okay, there is an action from table to all, right? Okay, how do we get the dashboard actions? We will go to dashboard, say actions, and then add action. Can you all follow these steps? Okay, let's go step by step. Okay, let's go step by step. Can you all do this till here? And then click on filter here, and let's wait for me to show. Okay, now click on this. You should get this. Everyone is on this page. Okay, now this filter name I want to give. Okay, I want to build an action from this table to all, means all other views. You want to build an action. You can give any name, but the name should be meaningful. Otherwise, in your dashboard, if there are 10 different actions, and if you want to go and do any changes to the particular, it will be difficult to identify that, okay, where is that action out of all those 10 actions. So give some name which is easy for you to remember. Okay, what did I do in this? Now, there are two sections here, source and target. Now, as I said, whenever you build any action, first thing we need to be clear from where we want to start the action. I want to start the action from this table, from this supplier table. So my source should be supplier. So where is that? This is the supplier, right? This is the sheet name. Now I will unselect everything. Why I'm doing unselecting everything? Anyone?
Uh, I think it would be impacting all the sheets which you have added in the dashboard. So you want to do some one by one connection. That's
Hmm.
the reason.
No, it
That might
all
be.
depends. Yeah, it all depends on from where you want to begin the action. I want to begin the action from this table, and I don't want to begin the action from the map, right? So my source will be one. My target could be many. So what is the target here? When I click on this, this should change, all these different sheets should change except this table, right? Because table is your source anyways. Now what I will do here is, what should I keep and what should I delete from here in the target? Target means when we click on this, what are the sheets which needs to change? What are the charts which needs to change?
We
Let's
should
say
Mhm.
let's
keep that discount by supplier table. Sorry, exclude that discount by supplier table and keep the left, the all
Right.
the rest of the tables.
Right. So from the source, you look at, okay, I have this supplier table. In the target, the very first thing I will do is remove that. And all these things would depend. Let's say one, two, three, four, five. Five views I have. You don't want all. It's up to the requirement. You can unselect. Okay, I only want these two. You can do that also. But generally, the thing which is there in the source, we should not have it in the target as selected. Everyone got this? Can you all do this? Don't do okay. I will explain few more things.
Sir, one question.
Hmm.
If I select that sales by supplier in a target sheet also, then when I want to filter out any particular supplier, then it will show only one supplier or the another will be get disappear.
Where you are saying in the cell means?
If I select the sales by supplier in the target sheet also, then what would happen?
Ha ha ha. Okay, okay. Let's do that. It will actually also, it will show only that row. Let me, okay, let's do this first and then we will go and select that supplier. Now, once we do this, in the run action on, in the run action on, there are three different options you will get. Now, these options are okay when that action needs to get triggered. When the user goes and clicks on it, that is select. If the user goes and just take the mouse, should the action perform, that is hover. Menu is when the user clicks on it, it gives a menu. Okay, let me do this select first and then do okay, then do okay. If I go to the presentation mode, if I select particular supplier, you see all these are getting filtered, right? Now let me go to dashboard actions again, and this is the one. I'll double click on it to edit. Now let me select hover. Now if I take the mouse over, I'm not clicking, by the way, I'm not clicking. I'm just taking the mouse over. You see, this is the hover, like when you take the mouse. Okay, that option is there over there. Now if I go and click on menu also, so there are three different options, right? Menu. Now go here, now click on it. The action is not performing until and unless you go and click on this menu. Now sometimes why that menu comes handy is, sometimes let's say you are the user, we generally do, right? Okay, I am reading this, we try to click on it knowingly or unknowingly. That is the you know practice which we have. Okay, if I'm looking at, okay, what is this, we just select it. So with that select, even if your intention is not to filter, when you click on it, all these things would get filtered out. But menu will not directly filter based on the selection. It will give you this pop-up. When the user will go and click on it, then only that action will perform. That extra precaution that menu gives. Can you all try those options? Go to dashboard actions and try those three different options which I have shown. Hover, select,
Okay.
and menu.
What is the practice in current means what is exactly followed in industry? Which option is selected?
Yeah,
Menu.
mostly, yeah, mostly it's select and menu because hover is, very tricky, right? Because when you take the mouse, it gets changed. But what I have seen is mostly the select, and in some cases hover, or some cases menu.
Okay.
Because what happens with the hover is if you take the mouse and let's say you want to look at this, but if you take the mouse, if you move the mouse to the next, the filter will go off, right? So the filter would apply only when the mouse is on that. So it's tricky.
Okay.
Because see, if I do hover, okay, when I'm taking the mouse, it is filtering out for that supply. But if I say, okay, I'm interested in looking at under that supplier, I'm interested in looking at particular state. But if I take the mouse over, the filter is gone because
Mm-hmm.
our mouse now came here. So that filter is no longer applicable. So it's a little bit tricky. That's why, however, I have not seen any use case of that. Um, Mostly it's select and menu. But see, all these, if you want to do it, if anyone is from Java or HTML, you have to write a lot of code, right? To do these things. But in Tableau, all these are readily available.
Correct.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chose that menu option, but the still that select option is working. Why this? The two options are working.
Okay. Did you remove this use as filter? The step one, which we did different method. Click on this arrow and see if you also have a use as filter. Remove that, unselect it.
Okay, okay.
Everyone is done till here, understood the concept of actions. So yesterday also we have seen, but we have not done any hands-on. So I just wanted to spend some time because this is very important concept in Tableau.
uh, Sridhu Krishna here.
Mm-hmm.
When we say about these actions and drill downs are both the same, in the sense like when we say drill down, when we actually click on anything, we go into the details of that particular field. Like if that's an actually aggregated, we actually when you click on that and you try to drill down, you go into the details of that aggregated value. But
Hmm.
here, this action is something which is very similar to the filter, wherein drill down actually the
See,
meaning of drill
action.
down is some.
No, no, no. See, the action is the concept in Tableau. Okay, but what it is doing behind the scenes, it's some kind of a drill down only, right? The drill down is a very generic term. What is happening? Okay, when do we say it's a drill down? If I click on this supplier, I'm looking at this different. Okay, let me remove this hover. Let me remove that over because I'm just taking the mouse here and there. Let me remove. Okay. So if see what is drill down is like, okay, if you going digging deep, right? So if I'm selecting a particular supplier, these are the segments. If I select particular corporate, you know, I want something to happen here. If I'm interested in tables only, these things should only show for tables. If I'm interested in only California, these things should only show by California, right? So basically, behind the scenes, what you are trying to achieve, you're trying to, go step by step and do the drill down, right? And that is
Okay,
achieved through actions. So
okay,
don't get confused. Like, both are same, but we're using, easy to understand, terminology. We are saying drill down word.
okay. And the other question I have is like, in all the sheets that we see on this dashboard, we are depending on this particular metric and also the metric selection values, etc.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
since they are all, I mean, these accesses, maybe the columns and rows were dependent on the metric. So once we actually perform an action, or we filter this thing based on the metric or the table which is having metric, all these
Hmm.
dependent sheets were being impacted. But what
Correct.
if we have sheets which are independent on each of them, and they are made of their own exclusive fields? If we design something, two sheets, one a pie chart and a bar graph, which are
Hmm.
dependent on, each one is dependent on two different dimensions. In that case, if we actually create an action on the bar chart and we try to change it, because the pie chart is dependent on other fields where the bar chart is not having
Hmm.
them. So
Hmm.
in that case, will the action still work? I think we
Yeah,
should try that, but
yeah,
I just
yeah, yeah, it will work. See, now I'm doing Sony, and you are seeing this. Now you can, for your requirement, you can also build one more action from this bubble chart to this bar chart. Got it, Krishna?
yeah,
Now
yeah, got
the
it.
first action which we created from this table to all. But
Hmm.
another drill down, if you want to do, okay, I want specific to, different segments. If I am interested in consumer, all these things should get filtered. This bar chart should get filtered, let's say. Now what we can do, we can go to dashboard action. This is one action which is performed. On top of that, I'll go
Okay.
to add action, say filter. Now what? This is my second action, right? On top of that. So customer segment. Now my source is customer segment. In your case, how you were saying, right? Pie chart to bar chart. Imagine this is your pie chart, okay? Now from customer segment, I want department and category. So I want this sheet to get filtered out on this select, and I'm doing okay. Now see what will happen. Huh? I'm selecting Sony. All these things got filtered. But look at this number, okay? If I select particular consumer, see the numbers are changing. If I select, so now what that action is doing, that action is being applied only to these two, from here to here. Got
Okay.
it, Krishna? So we can
Yeah.
define all these things, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Now, yeah, one question Paramesh had is what is the difference between action and filters? Yesterday I talked about it. Anyone wants to add? Then I'll explain. Anybody remembers the difference between these two? Now see, whenever we do filters, we have to go to that filter section. On the right hand side, you would see that, right? Check boxes or the drop down. If user is interested, okay, from this table he wants to go deep into Sony, he have to go there to that filter and unselect everything and select Sony. All these things will get filtered. But what if I am on this table, by looking at this data and selecting on the table itself, the action needs to be performed. So that is the difference. On the filter, you have to do that additional selection, going there, finding it. But on the view itself, if you want, you can, build the different actions on it. Right. Now, one more thing, somebody was asking, let's go to table to all. The source which we are selecting, sales by supplier, let's also select that in the target. I think that was the question. Let's do okay. Now, if I select Sony, you see, because always, source and target should be different, should not have, nothing is changing, right? In this, Okay, understood the concept of these actions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now let me go here and okay. Now there are some best practices. Now let's talk about. Okay, before going on there, let me talk about few other things. Let me insert a new sheet. Now cities, and let's say I'm taking sales on here. This is the sales by each city. Now on this city, if you click on this city, if you go to the create, there's something called as group. So what is the concept of this group in Tableau is if you click on this, you would see all these cities under that column. Now I can select multiple values and click on group and do OK. Now this group will get created. You see this pin icon and this mostly this pin icon, and by default name next to the column name it adds group, and you can always change it. Go here and say edit group. You can give a different name also. Now what is the benefit of this group is okay, let me take not the city, you will not understand. Let me take the column which has fewer values. This also has a lot of let me take okay, let me take this. Now if I go to the department and say create, say group. Now sometimes you want to group the rows. How you have like in SQL group by, right? You will group by certain rows. Now the requirement is always I want furniture and office supplies to be showed together, to be grouped together. I'll click on, oh, sorry, let me delete this because I did not click on that group icon. So let me show it again. Go here, click on group. Now I selected these two because these are the two rows. I want to make it one row. I have selected what I want and I clicked on this group. Now furniture and office supplies, those two rows have been clubbed. Do OK. Now if I remove this department, now add this department group. Now you see what has happened. Previously, these were two different rows. By using group concept, basically you are clubbing multiple rows into single row. Understood? That is one way of doing. Second way of doing it, when you build this, table, users can also do it. Let's say they are interested now in office supplies and technology. They can click on the table itself. But after selecting, when you take the mouse, you would see this window. Over here, there is an option to group. What it is doing, it is automatically creating that group in the dimension. Understood? So, somebody asked the question on the group. So, is this same like which you were asking about?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you scroll up the dimension measure? I want to show something.
Okay.
No, in the dimension measure, there is one sign like hierarchy. What is that? Is that
So
also
we will
a
be
group?
looking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We will be looking at that. This group you
Okay.
all understood? Yeah, this group you all understood.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Now there's something called as a hierarchy. Now let me insert a new sheet and then say, this country, and I'll go to hierarchy and I would say create hierarchy, and I'm giving the hierarchy country and giving some name basically to that hierarchy. Now, what is hierarchy? As soon as I do that, you see this icon, a tree structure. So whenever you see this icon, you remember that it is a hierarchy. Now, what is the use of that hierarchy? We will see. Um, Now, in this hierarchy, I have this one column, country. Now, I want to have this city also, city to be part of that hierarchy. I'll click on it. I would say hierarchy, add to hierarchy, and say to country hierarchy. Now, what has happened if I go to that tree? You would see two columns, country and state, part of this hierarchy. Um, City, if I want this city, also I can just drag it and drop it onto this hierarchy. Even that is also allowed. Now, in this hierarchy, there are three columns. Three columns we have put into this hierarchy. Now, what is the use of this hierarchy? Instead of using these three columns, I would drag this hierarchy onto the rows. I'll drag this hierarchy onto the rows. Now, let me first make country in my hierarchy. Okay. And I'm looking at discount. Let's say discount is this. Now this when you create a hierarchy, now this hierarchy consists of three columns, right? Now next to it, on it, there is a plus icon. Now I can click on this plus icon, expand it. What you are saying, with each country, what are the cities and what are the discounts? If I expand this city also, I am looking at different states and I can minimize. So this is also different way of doing a drill down. Even this is also drill down, right? But if we show this, if we show like this only, you are exposing all the data. But you know, Brazil, they might be interested in, at the country level. You have to build another view. So what this hierarchy allows us, the users, to do this drill down. Okay, I am at the country level looking at it. If I expand this, under each country, under city, I am looking at these values. Even in cities also, if you want to look at by state, you can also do that.
Hello, sir. One question.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, if I want to drill down from country, region to city or again to state, how we can do that in the dashboard? I am doing this in the worksheet view.
You mean to say first column should be country, then state?
No, no, no. Here in the worksheet view, I am clicking on that country region to go to the city, and again I am clicking on the city to go to the state. Okay, but the same thing I like now I am saving this into the dashboard. In
Mhm.
dashboard, what it will show? It will show all the the that percentage country region wise, then city wise, then state wise, or it
Uh,
will show like
no, no.
this?
It will show like this. So if this is sheet 8, right? Now let me go to the dashboard and let me drag this sheet 8. This is how the user will see it. Then
Yeah,
users will
yeah,
go and do
this is
that
my
plus.
question. How will I go to state and then another?
So users will go and expand it,
Okay,
right? But
okay.
now, how the users will come to know that okay, there is a something like a drill down hierarchy here, right? People might miss this plus icon. Now, next to it, you can add some text, right? Yesterday we have looked at how do we add a text
Hmm.
to give some information to them. You can say, you can, provide that information. Okay, on this table there is a drill down. Take the mouse over there, you would see this plus icon, click on it, then you would see those cities and states. You'll give some information to them. Otherwise, if I give this as is, no one will come to know that
Yeah,
there is
right.
a plus icon, we need to do it. So how we generally do it, you can go and add some text over here and write your comments also.
Okay, thank you.
Right? So there are two concepts which we have seen, the grouping concept and the hierarchy concept. And let's say after country, you want state. In that drill down, when I'm expanding that place, it's showing city, right? But you want state. So what you can do is you can just drag it and arrange the order. See, I just dragged it and put it on the top. You can change the hierarchies.
Sir, one quick question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suppose I first I group city, and then I have create a hierarchy where I include that city. So
Hmm.
in that case, that group will be reflected
Yeah.
in that hierarchy.
Yeah, right. So instead of city, you want, see, this grouping will act like a column only, but over there, multiple rows have been clubbed into one row, right? So instead of city, you take a group in a group column and remove this city from the hierarchy. Where is it? Remove that. Then whenever you use this hierarchy, it will show the things which are grouped because you're using the group column, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so what we will do is we will end for today, and then tomorrow we will again continue with the new topic. So today we looked at, many of you had many questions, so we tried to look at them. We looked at, we did hands-on on actions, how does they work. We looked at what is a group, what is a hierarchy, right? So tomorrow we will be looking at the new topic. So there are a lot of things which will be coming up. We will be talking more on the calculations front, right? How do we do different types of calculations? Uh, we will be learning those things. Then we will be learning on how do we join multiple tables. So in SQL or SAS, how you do that joins, right? You do left join, right join. So far, whatever data we have been doing, we are loading only one data. Oh, in that topic, we will be loading multiple tables. We will do the joining between those two tables and try to build. That is the thing. Another thing is we will be looking at how do we connect to the database like Teradata or Oracle and try to fetch the table from there, connecting to the database. Now, after that, we will be, looking at, there are some concepts like data blending, some advanced topics in Tableau. We will also be covering those things. So once we do all these things, we will go and start publishing it. That means on the Tableau server part as well. Okay, looks like there is a question. Yeah, SQL. You mean to say, Shiva, SQL queries you want to write? How do we do from here? or what is your question? Yeah. So yes. So manually also you can do it. You will not find these SQL options in the Tableau public. So once I do all these things, at the end when we will be downloading the Tableau desktop, over there you will find those options. When you connect to the Teradata, over there you can also write the custom SQL queries. So just like how we write select star from table name in SQL or Teradata, you can write all those queries from the Tableau. Tableau will fetch from that database. We will see all those things, yeah, but those options are there. You can directly load the SAS dataset also by using the statistical file SAS dataset. You can load it. That okay? So thank you everyone. So we will connect tomorrow at the same time. Yeah. So please be on time so that we will start on time. Okay. Okay. So thank you.